Hey everyone, this time Funcom didn't bring you only a new map to play on, it brought you a lot more than just that. Together with the Isle of SIPTAH, a lot of new content was added, which includes new creatures. A part of the creatures that you are used to come across within the Exile lands, the Isle of SIPTAH includes a wide variety of creatures with similar or different health pools, which means a new challenge for you. You will find not only real-life animals, certain creatures similar to what you'll find back in the Exile Lands map, but also plenty undead enemies to fight with, as well with really strange creatures, including humanoids. I can tell you that this new land may get a little scary at times, even after I faced my own fears back in the Exile lands when I went through the caves full of spiders. You will find, without exaggerating, horrible, atrocious creatures. Not for the weak. One of the important aspects and features of this new map was the addition of a new phenomenon. If you thought the sandstorm was scary, then be prepared to experience the maelstrom. The sandstorm is nothing compared with this huge storm. Brace yourselves. New map, new items. Quickly, I'm going to show you inside of these vaults a bunch of the things that were added together with the Isle of SIPTAH map, just for you to have an idea of the new stuff that you'll be able to acquire once you put your feet in these lands. Of course, I could not forget about showing you the different types of armor. The slave forged armor. Why the slave theme? Well, you were supposed to be a slave about to be transported to the Exile lands, but ended to be a castaway in this isle. Hey, isn't this armor kinda kinky? Now just a quick look at the weapons. I just threw the new things I could find into a vault, just for you to have a general idea of the amount of things that were implemented. So many things. I'm not going to enter really into details, as this is simply just a showcase of the new things included in this amazing collection. Okay, for you just to have a general idea of the amount of things that were added. Okay, I'm not really getting into the details of the stats or anything like that. It's just for you to have really an idea of the amount of stuff that the developers added with this map, okay? Just not the basic stuff that you will find in the good old map. It's just not only the biomes themselves, but more things, more into these new features and new stuff, alright? I was so excited to try this map. They did not disappoint me. Of course, building pieces could not be forgotten. Like in the Exile lands, the Isle of SIPTAH contains several points of interest to visit and explore. However, these locations are different from what you're used to. While you're going to find loot to collect and likely enemies to fight with, there may be some of these points of interest you may want to think twice before going to them. You should be prepared, since some of them are dungeons. Like in the Exile lands, they are not really demanding to go through if you don't want to. You can still survive. However, if you want to enrich your gameplay experience and fully use the things this map has to offer you, go for these places. You will sooner or later know what I'm talking about. I can tell you more, or I will be spoiling things. Also, the interesting design of the buildings you'll see as you approach to the center of the map will give you the feeling you'll need to do something about them. It's like the game is calling for you to reveal something, out by curiosity, or to finish your journey quests. Imagine you're in the Exile lands looking for all those bits of lore and feel the need to do more about those. Also, for something different, if you feel like a pirate with sore feet, go up to the camp of the castaways. Now I'll show you the different environments or biomes of the Isle of SIPTAH. Environments, biomes, areas, whatever you want me to call them. The Isle of SIPTAH is really different from the Exile lands. While in the old map, the Exile lands, you had extremely distinct biomes like the desert at the southern area and then the jungle at the eastern side, then the cold lands up north and the volcano above those lands. Here the story is something else. Once you start to play, you will notice that the isle you're in is just shore or rocks all around, like a real-life island will be. Then once you move to the inland, it gets green. It's just forest, with the exception of some areas with open fields and rocky areas. But you won't really see like many volcanic areas or big deserts or even snow at all, so forget the good old exile lands. And I really hope you enjoy pine trees, because you will see them a lot. A big part of the Isle of SIPTAH is covered in pine trees. So let's start with the shore. Nothing much to say about it really. It defines the limit of the big and smaller islands all around. It's just sand with bits of vegetation here and there, and a few resources and wrecked ships, as well with corpses and turtles. Okay, little turtles, and I accidentally picked up a few, and I thought I could just pet them, and I ended to accidentally eat some of them. Yes, you can eat turtles. Yeah. Once you start moving to the inland, you'll notice that there are several parts of the isle with pine tree forests located in the different corners of the map, really before approaching to the center, and it's really more at both western and eastern sides of the map, almost mixed with the other types of biomes. The southwestern and northeastern islands also have this sort of forests. Maybe one of the less dangerous areas to be at, and is really one of my favorite ones because of its beauty. It's the autumnal themed biome that surrounds the western river that runs from north to south, or from south to north, at the western side of the map. This is where you find a really different type of trees, a colorful and overall pretty area to pass by during your journey. It's like some sort of narrow biome, surrounded by the rocks and, yeah, pine trees around. You cannot get rid of pine trees. Let's say just some sort of guide that will lead you up north. This area here is more of a passage zone with really tall rocks at the western side of the map, and it's a place where you can gather some resources on your way to the center of the map. By the western side of the island, you will see something quite different. A really big forest with sequoia trees, mixed with the common pine tree forests where rivers touch. And you'll find some little lakes around the place, which is quite cool. But don't be fooled by how amazing nature can be on this side. This area here has its own dangers, especially if you run up north of this forest. Careful with the enemies around this place. You will probably get tired of seeing these giant trees after a while, but it's a pretty interesting looking environment. I really like it. Now, a big part of the map that focuses the center of it is covered by big open fields of green areas or just rocky terrain. Take your time enjoying the clear views of the sky while you can, though. And the design of these buildings are pretty interesting. It just looks like aliens did this thing. Okay, the aliens. So let me know down below in the comments your opinion about this map. Do you enjoy how it looks like in general? Would you change anything or add more different things into it? Let me know your thoughts, your opinions about this. Thank you so much for watching, I appreciate your time. Don't miss my future videos about the game and especially this map. See you later!